Hello, you little board game weirdos. We are back with another episode of Crowdfunding Countdown, where we take a look at every single board game campaign, finishing up in the next week. And this time, well, I don't know, we got some games that are probably going to be super expensive because the world's falling apart. But you know who's not falling apart? You all, because you're supporting me on Patreon. I want to give a huge shout out to my newest patrons. Shout out to Peter and Mike. Thank you so much for jumping on board, supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. You're the friggin' best. You are so cool. You're the coolest people I've ever met. And if you want to have a pitch for the Patreon, that's what you heard I said. Well, I'll just tell you that instead of sleeping and getting bitten by a tick, one of my patrons instead was scrolling in the fun little Discord and looked down and saw a tick on themselves and attributes their life being saved from contracting Lyme disease to Room and Board. You're welcome. Room and Board, saving the world one tick at a time. You've heard of Ticket to Ride. Try the Ticket to... Why isn't this... Oh, this isn't working. Okay, let's get into the week. Let's get into the week. Starting with not Backer Kit. I just wanted to start over on Backer Kit to show you that thank God the balance has been restored from last week. This is what we expect to see from you, Backer Kid, and you didn't let us down this week by letting us down. All right, we're going to start with this one. Tori Trend. That just reminds me of Puri Prisoner. Is that his name from One Punch Man? Yeah, Puri Prisoner. Amazing. Well, let's see if Tori Trend can live up to the 20th ranked hero of all time. Well, the only word I understood was cute. Deliver interesting, cute, and simple games, not only to Japan, but to people all over the world as my main target. Okay. You guys are popular influencer for posting pictures of cute little birds. You know, all the famous Instagrams out there. They're posting pictures of those cute little birds out there. Not chicks, but the birds. That's what we're in for. That's what we're into. I will swipe right on that. And now taking pictures of little birds with sweets called Tori Treat. Called Bird Treat. Bird treat photos. They're the craze on all the streets. Of course they are. You drop by to a well-known bird cafe, Tori Bardo, of course, to not be late to the trend, obviously. Photo shooting many charming photos. You post Tori photos every day. Although trends always change, so you can't just post cute little bird photos. Check out the ever-changing trend and post the outstanding best photo against your rivals. This is a card game with simple rules to get the high score by manipulating the trend ranking. Yeah. I want to take pictures of these cute little birds, and I want to see which birds are the cutest. Nobody wants to look at a pigeon every single day, but sometimes they want to look at a pigeon with a donut. I'm sure there's one out there. Come on, be like a pizza rat that I'm just discovering now. Well, okay. These two students who gave this pigeon a whole jam donut? That's probably really bad for him. I take it back. I'll stick with Pizza Rat. We know his immune system can handle it, or his digestive system. All right, raise the rank of one of the birds and sweets that make up the photo card played and lower the rank of another. So move something up, move something down when you reveal one of your cards. And you can use this to move things higher in both cases. If you're moving the one that's on the lowest, you can go up to the highest. Okay. Done for 6 turns, and the player with the highest total score of birds and rewards comprising the last remaining photo card wins. Oh, that's actually a cool concept. I like this idea of holding on to the cards in your hand. That was my favorite part of the Lord of the Rings trick-taking game, The Crew Mount Doom. I came up with that title. That was me. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And you want to hold on to your bird card. I wonder, does everybody get the same bird cards in their hand? Because then you would kind of be able to predict what everybody else has, which, I don't know. Do we like more or do we like less? I think we like more. Because then you know someone's keeping Love Pigeon in their hand. It's a technical term. It's what we call it at the World Series of Board Gaming. Love Pigeon. 6 birds, 6 treats. Okay, yeah. Because you might have a treat in your hand too, maybe? Yeah, remaining cards will not be used for this round. Cool, so you don't know. It's not perfectly balanced. And that makes sense because then only one person have it. No, there are 12 cards, so there's 3 of each, I guess. Honestly, sounds like a very cute game. Cute little game. How much are you going to cost? Basic pledge is 2,500 yen, $25 Canadian. And then shipping, I'm sure, is bananas. Does it have shipping here? To Canada, it's $1,500. I wonder what they're putting for the US right now. US is $1,500, and then add on an additional 70% for zero reason. If anybody wants to, ship things to my house in Canada and come up here, oh no, I'm not putting that offer out there. There are too many of you, but I would love to do that. I'll smuggle something over the border for you. Yes, I will. I will absolutely will. Border services, I hope you're listening. I will be smuggling goods. I hope they don't search. No, that was probably Probably shouldn't have left that in there. Too late now. We're already moving on. We're moving on. That finishes today, April 7th at 6:01 a.m. if you're interested. Oh, so it already finished. Whoops. All right, moving on. This one has already finished as well. Oh no, it's finishing in 1 minute when I'm releasing this. So I hope you rush over and get it. I don't know. I think that's obviously it's never something that we're really going to consider purchasing, but I think it's a fun little concept, and I think engaging in that activity would be a fun time. Now, we're cutting that one. I don't cut a lot, but there was nothing I could say. It was horrible. And it had already finished. No, maybe not. We're moving on to this one, which I didn't look at. It's called Studworld, a place where I have never been invited to, but one day will be on the guest list. Just because I'm not handy, I can never find a stud in the wall. Even though I swear I stuffed him in there at one point. He's gone now. I probably should be worried. He's probably not watching me. He probably got out. Studworld, a board game played with building blocks. You're tasked with creating a new world, but another person has been assigned to the same task. You're both creating a new world, and it's not a co-op game. Now available. Get the game delivered to your door. They've introduced it shipping. Before it was just you had to go to a deserted island somewhere. You had to travel to Studworld, prove your studly status, and then you could get a free copy as a door prize. How to play. Here's a simple rundown. This is what the rundown Charles Miner was talking about. You pick a color, you take 10 studs. Wow, I've heard of stud parties, but this is ridiculous. I haven't heard of them. Again, I was never invited. Place your 12 building pieces 2 at a time. Continue until all studs, TM, have been placed. Count your points using the task board, okay? You place 3 terrain pieces, and then you place the terrain first, and then you place the studs. And you want to have the highest elevation. You want to be, your stud structure needs to be fully erect. 4 points, building a village. 3 connected studs in a human studipede situation we got going on here. And then 2 points, end with your building on top of opponents. Yeah, we care about... We care about tallest, we care about 3, because 3 is better than 2. Ending your game with your building on top of the opponents? Nah. You get way more points for a human studipede. Don't understand. You may say, what are those other pieces? Yeah, these pieces add strategy and intrigue to the game. Ooh, some intrigue. A temple that stops a new building from being built because you physically can't build it on. A building cap. So, because you physically can't put it on. Well, at least that's fairly intuitive with your little Lego pieces. Now available, big board. Play with 20 studs. Oof. And I thought 10 studs was a party, but now you can get 20 studs. Physical copy is 47 Canadian. I mean, it's an interesting concept, but you probably have a bin full of Lego out there. I know you do. Or no, you probably have pristinely sealed Lego, signed Lego things from the Lego Museum. You know who you are. And now you can open them and play a game with them instead of keeping them on the shelf. Like, don't worry, trust me, they won't lose their value. Just believe in me. All right, that's finishing April. Let's get on to this one. This is what I'm excited about. Well, was excited about from the initial fair. This is Formaggio, a fromage reprint and a new standalone expansion featuring Italian cheese. If you were sick and tired of the blue cheese in fromage, well, now you have Formaggio. And let's see. And Formaggio, I'm really interested in this one because Fromage is one of those games where I remember looking at it, and I remember thinking, meh, looks fine. But I feel like it's one of those games that has really taken... I see it being played a lot, and maybe that's just good marketing or good play to wins at different conventions, but I see like a lot of people having it out and enjoying it, and enjoying that worker placement and the spinny stuff. Maybe because it's on BGA and it's accessible, I don't know. But it's kind of exciting. Okay, so the same format. You're going to still have the 4 slices. Oh, cool. Okay, great. So this is why it's a standalone expansion, because they're saying you can make and sell cheese to 4 new venues. I'm assuming, I mean, I could just like watch the video before I open my damn mouth, but I'm not gonna. What's the fun in that, right? I'm assuming that, I know I'm taking my glasses off so I can look in the eyes, so you don't get this big old glare. So you don't get me glaring at you. I'm sorry, I'm less handsome because you see more of my face. But I think this is great. I think this is really cool because Fromage had those 4 different slices of cheese. And so if you can just mix and match these, and it provides like an asymmetric board, a new mix and match like puzzle that interacts with each other, that's great. I really like that. Simple, very simple, but like a great idea. The Parmigiano Reggiano. Wait a minute, that looked like charcuterie. Charcuterie, the board game. No, this is Fromage. You want the meats, you go somewhere else. You want charcuterie, you go with charcuterie. It's getting a reprint and a sequel about Italian cheeses. Oh, this is Road to Infamy, hey? Interesting. Because they did Canvas as well, so maybe that's... I didn't realize I'd forgotten that it was Road to Infamy. What's new is just 4 new board quadrants with all new puzzling minigames. I do love that. I really do. Pair your cheeses with wines. Vigneto. Sell cheese to restaurants along the canals of Venezia. Distribute cheese along the Regioni of Italy. And deposit cheeses in the banca. Yes, there's a real bank in Italy that accepts cheese. Whoa! Anybody who might be taking a trip to Italy this summer, now you know you can go to the cheese bank. That's a tip for you. Yeah, I love this. I love that swapping. I'm now don't get so excited that you buy both and then you get hit with a 300% bill down the line if you live in the US. But I really think that is a great concept, and I wonder if it's implemented on BGA yet. Shall we try? I don't know. Somebody let me know. Somebody let me know who plays this Fromage on BGA. Maybe I should play Fromage on BGA and try it out, because I still haven't played it. Platinum tier cheeses take 4 turns to age, but come with bigger rewards. Cool. New season trigger varied benefits. Yeah. New and improved. Hard working Susan. If you back the limited edition of Fromage or Formaggio, you receive a premium neoprene mat with durable stitch edges and new form factor for better board fit. Plus, it fits in the box without crimping. And it's a lazy Susan? Because they're using the mat so that it slides? That's neat. Of course, if you chose a standard edition, you'll find it's easy to rotate the game board on its own by gripping the finger holes on each end. Hey, I love a good finger hole. That's what I say anytime I have made an insert. Really, you cut yourself a little finger hole. The finger holes are very important when you're making an insert, because then you don't have to bend the box. It's just not supposed to. It was supposed to sound less dirty that way. Damn it. All right. Formaggio, the standard edition, $39 on Kickstarter, price after the campaign $50, but you're paying probably more than $11 in tax, so, you know. Formaggio, the limited edition where you get the neoprene mat, $59. Generally speaking, if you're fine with the standard edition, you should never purchase on Kickstarter. That's just your reminder. This is your reminder that Chris is saying, yes, Deluxified is the only way. No, this is Chris is saying, if you're excited about this game, you should consider your excitement, because you'll get it cheaper at retail, probably, with the standard edition. So how does the game play? It's a simultaneous worker placement game that features a rotating board that ages your cheeses. Carefully plan which cheese to make to efficiently manage the availability of your workers. Since it's always your turn, it condenses the feeling of a 2-hour Euro game into 40 minutes. You're going to be placing cheeses on the board in the little mini-game section, and then you will turn the board. And you will place cheeses in this other minigame section. And you will retrieve workers are facing you. So essentially the point of when it's facing you, you pick them up, but it also, it appears, has a number on it. Like you can see the numbers in the top. Maybe I'll zoom in a bit. See the numbers in the top up here that'll tell you, hey, this is 3 turns, and then you'll get it, which is a quick little way of looking at it. And they have that as the key, which you can then sort of associate with any other fromage you're chomping up and slurping down. Yeah, play Fromage on Board Game Arena. I guess you can't play Formaggio yet, but that's fine. Download the Formaggio rulebook. Yeah, I just want to take a look at what the minigames are and what they are. But I think, I really like this campaign because... Yeah, my internet's bad today. I really like this campaign because Fromage has done so well. Like, it's nice to see them investing in a game that people seem to be enjoying and that has performed quite well. And that has pretty good reviews. I assume pretty good reviews. Actually, I haven't looked at it. Yeah, 7.7. I wonder if I made it my pick of the week. I assume it's 2023. That's going to be my guess. No, it might have been 2024. Haha, 2023. End of 2023. Hexagram. Creature Caravan. Dragon Eclipse. Transmissions. Let's see. I think I would have picked yeah, I did pick Transmissions. Oh no, that's the cover. That's coverage of it. Oh yeah, didn't yeah, because I'm not surprised that I didn't pick it as my pick of the week, because I wasn't blown away with it at the time. So you retrieve workers, you simultaneously take actions in the quadrant. Using your available workers, you may perform 1 gather resources action and 1 make cheese action in any order. That's where you can get resources and you can make some cheese. So you can grab this, you can get some bread, I guess. No, that's not it. You can get some barns. You can get some cows. Yeah, you know, you need a barn if you're going to make cheese. Come on now. You stop looking at me like I'm crazy, all right? You're the crazy one. You need a barn to make cheese. You heard me. So here are the venues. In the banca, you're just storing cheese. You get points. It's like set collection. In the Venezia, score points for each gondola adjacent to a restaurant that serves your cheese. When making cheese, place a gondola of a matching value in any available space. The platinum gondola is worth 4 points, etc. So you're placing gondolas and placing cheese. It's all about these just little worker placement spots and a bit of area controlling where is important on the board. Kind of feels a bit like Rococo in a sense, but I think Rococo is way better. But just that concept of, I guess I should finish my thought. So how it feels similar when you were putting dresses in the window display, right? That's the same calculation that I feel. In the Vignetto, score points by collecting as many different wines as possible, so you can pair your wines and your cheese. And then in the Regione, deliver cheese to regions across the country to expand your customer base. Right, and the resources that you gain are fruit, livestock, orders, and structures. So the balance of the game here is that you have a limited amount of workers. And so yes, obviously you want to get 3 of every structure and 3 of every resource every turn. That would just make sense. But then you wouldn't be doing anything with your other workers, or you'd be sort of really hamstrung since every person only has 3 workers, I think. Certainly looks that way. Yeah, 3 workers. So it's really balancing. Like, you can get 3 resources, but then you're not going to get that worker back for another 2 turns, right? 3 turns, it goes turns around. Because if you think about it, 1 turn, when you get the 1 resource, you're going to immediately turn the thing, you're going to immediately pick it up. So it's really, you're not waiting for a turn. So 3, it'll take you 2 turns till you get that back. You'll have to play 2 turns without it. And if you do that with every one of your workers, well, you're screwed. But also done in a clever way where it looks like, well, you might have some turns where you're not placing. Anyway, I think it looks exactly like it looked before, but people are really enjoying it. So, take that for what they will, or what you will. Where did others review ranking Fromage? Ooh, and then you got all the numbers of where it fits from 2024, the games of 2024. I mean, it was in our 2024 deathmatch as well. Best of 2024 deathmatch, and it did okay. It got out of the first round, which is pretty good. So if you're interested in that, the finish is Wednesday, April 9th at 12:59 a.m. Personally, I didn't even look at the shipping. It's a weird time. Oh, shipping is $4. Their estimated shipping cost. Have they said anything about the risks? No. Or the tariffs? No. Well, yeah, because honestly, by the time this we're in a really interesting situation right now. Because by the time this delivers, I can only assume that the markets will have crashed so much that you're probably going to be okay, and it will be reverted back, because not every company has gone out of business, or so many companies went out of business, and the economy of the U.S. plummeted again for really zero reason. So, it might be a good bet to crowdfund right now. I was going to have a little talk about crowdfunding in the current state, but it really, in 2 years' time, I was going to say, what could go possibly, what could be worse in 2 years? But I fear that I'd be setting us up for disaster if I did that. So I'm just going to say, backer beware. So we're looking at $84 Canadian for the limited edition of Formaggio, plus $4 shipping, or $9 to get to Canada. Again, so that's about 90 to 98, which isn't bad, because most average games will run me $100 to get to Canada. And that's what this is running me as well, and you can kind of get the Luxified edition with it. So I think that's pretty decent in terms of price point, especially with that discounted shipping cost. But again, who the heck knows? As it currently stands, I'm going to just cover it as it currently stands, and we'll say that it's a good deal right now. But again, this is why you have to make sure that if you're backing something, you are actively excited about it, and you are so excited about it that if you suddenly have to pay double, because you might, or the company will not get it to your door, you need to be okay paying that. And if you're not okay paying that at this current point in time, you shouldn't back it, at least for another couple months, until you see that everything's gone back to normal, because it was a horrible idea to begin with. Hopefully, that's my hope. That's what I can keep hoping. I don't know why I hope that sense will be achieved when it hasn't been achieved in the past, but I'm a dreamer. What can I say? That finishes Wednesday, April 9th at 12:59 a.m. Moving along to this one, Chronicles of Civilization. Lead your nation to triumph in an advanced flip and write strategy game. An amazing civilization game in an easy to build P&P format. Oh, nice little €3 print and play. Let's check it out. It had a box in the picture, so I was like, oh, it's a perfect game. I mean, anytime I see a game that's got 4 pads and a print and play, and it's charging you €3, that feels like it's going to be a chunky style of game. Like, look, 45 to 120 minutes for this print and play game. That's nuts. And this is from a guy who's done a ton of other print and play games that are fairly robust. I remember thinking Roll and Meow looked pretty good. I wasn't that wowed by Space Alone. I don't really remember. I don't think I looked at Night. I looked at Island Alone briefly. Monster Kill also, yeah, that one did look fun. That one did look fun, I remember that. This time I created a complex civilization game in an easy build print and play form. Wow. Here's the gameplay in a nutshell. I think that's great for this print and play. You're going to draw a card and select the active half, so very Hadrian's Wall if you've played that. You're going to draw a card, you're going to choose, is that Hadrian's Wall? You choose well, you draw a couple cards in Hadrian's Wall. Oh, well, maybe it's not Hadrian's Wall. We're going to stick with this one. Very Scrankor's Civilization, if you've heard of that. Oh, you haven't heard of that title? Oh, yeah, well, get your know-it-all. Oh, you've seen very know-it-all before when we were talking about Hadrian's Wall. Huh? But you haven't heard of Scrankor's Civilization? It's like a direct ripoff from that one. Well, that's why I'm the professional, and, you know, that's why I'm here. I'm here for you, don't you worry. Gameplay in a nutshell. Help, I'm in a nutshell. How'd I get into this nutshell? Horrible. Each turn you pick a card, choose an active side, combine the action card with the space on the resource card. You match the card to the place on the board according to the image of the domain. You always have two possibilities, so it depends on the images on the card. So either there or there. You're either doing that action or you're doing that action as well. Use your workers and resources to perform a variety of actions. You can explore the map, place any number of workers on the map and move them around to find suitable building sites, harvesting trees. You can build structures, roads, settlements, cool. Use workers and resources to advance what? Oh, advancing the various disciplines of your civilization, of course, just like Scrankor. You do this using mechanics similar to those found in our Night or Hadrian's Wall. Ha ha! What did I say? And you doubted me. You didn't doubt me. I doubted me. It's that normal self-loathing. Okay, you have to unlock Unvention 2 to mark off further spaces in the mind, so that's where in Hadrian's Wall it's chained together with the literal chains. Developing technology to give yourself or your civilization a boost. Building up an army. Ensure the safety of your population by building and developing a strong army. Manage the finances. It's always good. Preserve population happiness. Trade, fight wars, manage the finances and happiness of the population, and many more. Yeah, I get a good sense of it. I'm just going to look at the rules here a little bit because I want to know the initial flow. Oh, the initial flow is draw the card. It's not even a roll and write. It's like that flip and write, right? Yeah, it was draw the card, you get the resources, then you do the action. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that looks great. Looks really great as a print and play. €3 printed out for like a really robust game that you just need to print out some sheets of papers and steal some meeples and cubes from another game. That's really good. If you're interested in that finishes Thursday, April 10th at 10 a.m. Looks great. Oh, shoot, I need to make sure I'm not covering anything that I shouldn't be covering. Fate of Venterra. Again, huge shout out to Vault Boy, who even organized this just so I wouldn't have to. And I knew it. You can kind of tell by the art. I just had a sense that this would be a $1 pre-pledge. Thank you, as always, to Vault Boy for managing this list. You're the friggin' best, man, and you're saving and helping people hopefully eliminate just this god-awful trend of horrid $1 VIP pledges when you don't even know the game. No thank you. Let's move on to something that I know absolutely didn't do a $1 VIP. I guarantee you, because this is a campaign that are from some stand-up friggin' people. The parents of Pablo the Pepper.
Hey, you're talking about me there, wise
Yeah,
guy?
it's true. We're covering them.
Yeah, my parents.
I mean, it's been a long time, Pablo. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, well, it's fine to see you.
Okay,
You're
I didn't
fine.
know.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know why you
might
had
as
to
well
wake up
whack
and
you.
choose violence.
Well, I whack you. That's what I do. I'm
I mean, that's fair.
I'm
That
a
is
monster,
fair. Well, we're
eh?
covering Ludos America.
Yeah.
You do like America?
Oh, America. It's the land of the free.
Well, but you
That's
kind
where
of
I
seem like a
whack
real
people.
American mobster, even
Yeah.
though I guess you're from Spain.
Well, you know, of course I'm from Spain.
I assume, yeah.
Por
Well, your
qué
family
you're
is,
thinking
right?
about something else there, huh?
I mean,
Yeah, if you ever think about me, Spain, we got the best games over there.
that's
huh?
fair enough. But
Well-
not these games.
Well, no, these games are okay, but
this
other
is
games,
the only thing that you
this-
should consider.
Yes, that's
from
right.
America.
The only thing in America that.
All right,
and
well,
the
let's check it out
mob
then. Thanks, Pablo, for
personalities.
stopping by.
You're welcome.
You know, it's
Mobster
been so
Pablo
long
the
that I
Pepper. Yeah.
have your voice's strong bad in my
What?
head, and I'm looking forward to
Ooh,
re-hearing it later.
are you saying
during the
no?
editing
You better not
process.
forget about me, eh? You know, you forget about it. I don't say
I
forget
won't,
about it. You
I
say
won't.
don't forget about
I
me.
won't forget
eh?
about you.
Yeah,
I'm
you know,
sorry.
don't forget about me. It's Maggie who don't forget
that's
about
fair.
me. Yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
well,
I'm keeping her
Tell
company.
Maggie
She
I
hasn't
say
been
hi
on
then, I
the.
guess.
Yeah, she hasn't been on
Okay,
here
let's
in a
check this one
while.
out.
All right,
Ludos,
I'm
the
coming, my
Ancient Games
sweetheart.
Collection, America, the third volume in the beautiful collection of hand-picked ancient games that fit in your pocket, featuring 4 two-player games from America and also the incredible pay what you want pledge. You know what? Instead of doing a $1 pledge before for some random game that you don't know anything about, for a discount on that random game, for a discount on a made-up thing, you know what you can do? You can spend that money here, and you can pay what you want to get one of these 4 little pocket-sized games. I haven't looked at these games yet, and it all depends on if you like abstract games or not. It's a really nice, if you do get the 4-pack, it's like a really nice packaging. You know, we've got our Hasumi Shogi. Oh yeah, that game is good. You know, I don't play abstract games all that much. We got Ute, which I didn't really like, but they do. What I did really like is that in the show Jury Duty, where the one guy thinks he's in a jury, but everyone else are actors, including James Marsden. There's a scene where the Korean guy like plays Ute and he just makes up the rules. And I was like, no, I've played Ute. That's not how you play it. That's where I would have been. I would have realized that I was being hoodwinked. All thanks to Ludos Asia. This was Ludos Asia? Yeah. So they've done Ludos Africa, and then now they're doing Ludos America. Just like a really nice production copy as well. You really have to like abstract games, but some of them are good, you know? And it just depends upon your taste. Like Hasumi Shogi, I got actively excited that I remembered it was part of this. I kind of associate it with Ute, which I didn't really like. But again, it's just like great production quality and really stand-up people who are trying to make these games like accessible to everyone. They're passionate about little travel games because they travel all the time. They first made Chili Mafia, which I covered, and then I was like meh on Ludos Asia, and I really like Return to Kathmandu, Rebuilding Kathmandu. That's what it is. Yeah, I really like that. I played that recently, and that's a great one. Okay, let's look at these. I'm very excited. I'm excited to check these out and see what games we're highlighting. Looks like there's like a Mancala one, which I don't want. From Chile, the American Southwest, Hawaii, and Guatemala. Best parts of America, baby. Awitlananai. Cool. Kolowisi. Who's going to earn the favor of Kolowisi and slurp up the most snakes? Komikan? What was that? And deep roots in the Mapuche culture. Cool. In the heart of Chile. Looks very similar to Bukchal. But this one's in Chile. Oh, there's only one. There's like only one instead of like the 4 in Bukchal. Interesting. That's true. I forgot to highlight that. They always like give back to communities with games as well. I just think they're such a stand-up, lovely company. Hard gut to $1 pre-pledge. No, just kidding. Yeah, I really think that's great. And if you've got any feeling that you want to invest in these like ancient games, it's a good price. It's a really well done production. They come in these little bags with little mats for them. Just a great choice. Now, to be fair, some of them suck. from like a modern game. I don't want to be too nice, you know. Ute. I'm thinking of Ute. Ute sucks. Ute's trouble. You know, Trouble stole it from Ute. And I don't care about Trouble. But something like this, which is, you know, a jump and capture game or a more strategic game, yeah, I'm into it. So it just depends, right? It really depends on your preferences if you enjoy those abstract style games or not. But I can absolutely say that it's just such a wonderful company. Oh, they got a print and play. That's great. Great production quality. Super highly recommend. And the fact that they're still doing a pay what you want, and that if people wanted actively and couldn't afford it, you can still pay what you want and get a little mini pocket game that you might enjoy and play. And they donate back to communities. I just think they're the friggin' best. They're great. Okay, let's look at the games though. Let's see if they're any good. Komikan. Komikan means eat everything in the Mapuche language. The Mapuche people of Chile and Argentina have played this game for generations. Move one space along the line. Capture with the puma by jumping over an alpaca. Win by occupying the puma's den. Or by capturing 6 alpacas. So you got to push your alpacas, storm the gates, while the puma just jumps around and tries to eat everything. Interesting. I feel like the puma's at a very large disadvantage. You really want to hold the line. It's hold the line, the board game. Okay, that one seems cool. I like that one. Because I really like Bukchal as well. Bukchal and Hasumi Shogi were the ones that I really enjoyed from the other collection. Jarmo was fine, and then Ute. Boo! Ute's fine. It was fun checking the little sticks. Okay, we're not talking about that. Puluk, also known as Bull, is a pre-Columbian running fight board game originating from the Maya civilization in the region now encompassing parts of Guatemala, Belize, and southern Mexico. You move your warriors by casting corn. Okay, so you're going to chuck the corn up. Very similar to Ute. See, capture an enemy warrior by landing on it. It's kind of a lane battler. Sacrifice a warrior by returning it home. Win by sacrificing all enemy warriors. So you're trying to edge each other out. I think it would be fine, but I can't believe I'm going with Chile over Guatemala. They didn't even have a Survivor season in Chile. What do you got at Chile? Certainly don't get Stephanie and Bobby John. I'll tell you that for free. Certainly don't get the Wheel of Time showrunner. But we're going to give a win for Chile. I guess Chile's got to have a single win. Me, I'm a Guatemala boy. Konane, oh, let's go Hawaii. Mary and Oliver from Hawaii, and they're lovely. Okay, Hawaii just took it. I'm rooting for Hawaii over Chile. Konane is an ancient Hawaiian jump and capture game. Yeah, played by chiefs to see who can make the last move. The game was played on a papamu boards, created a carving and depressions into lava rocks. Cool. Pick up your opponent's flowers by jumping over them orthogonally. Win if your opponent is unable to pick a flower. Okay, cool. Awitlanani, is that what it's, how to pronounce it? Awitlanani. Awitlanani, that's what it is. Awitlanani. Kulowis Awitlanani. Fighting Serpents is a war game from the Zuni Native American Indian tribes of New Mexico. Cool, let's go. Awitlanani. Control 12 servants and capture your opponents by jumping. Move to adjacent enemy space. Capture a piece by jumping over it in a straight line. Yep, win by capturing all enemy pieces or by immobilizing your opponents. So Awitlanani and Konane both feel similar to me. They both feel equally interesting. Although I like this concept of if your opponent can't make a move. So this one's going to feel a little bit more like that peg game where it's a solo game and it's a little triangle and you have one open space and you're jumping and you want to leave one thing left. It's going to feel like that, scratching that itch, whereas Awitlanani is going to feel a little bit more combative, like checkers. Like I do like checkers, so I'm really angry because I didn't want to give it to Chile, but I don't know. Comic-Con just looks really good. I think I would like it the most because I really like Bug Chaw and it gives me Bug Chaw vibes. Yeah, it's gonna go Comic-Con. I'm sorry, Guatemala. I even had Judd. Oh, I'm sorry, Guatemala. But you're going to be last place, and then Konane and Awitlanani, they're going to tie. No, I'm going to give it... Now that I think about it, I was really more jazzed about Konane, but I find that peg game a little bit frustrating, and I prefer a more conflict head-to-head style game, so I'm going to give it to Awitlanani as 2, and then Konane as 3. But yeah, you know, if that is worth it, it's $41 for the collection of 4, or you can back just to get a single one as well, which I might do. I might just do it for the... Because I don't think, like, for me, I don't think... I'd be interested to play Awitlanani and Konane, but I don't know if it would have, like, a lasting effect. I mean, I need to see if casting corn is what I expected it to be with Comic-Con. Yeah, Comic-Con's the one that I like. Because it's just given me... The corn, it's giving me Ute vibes, but this is better Ute. Yeah, casting corn, you throw them, 0 mark side, 5, 6, or 0. That's the exact sort of moving convention in Ute, and I don't really like the roll and move, even though you can have some choice over it. Yeah? Alright, what's shipping? We are all aware that shipping has become expensive. Yep, they're absorbing as much of the shipping costs as possible. Pay what you want tier. You have an untracked version where they just put it in an envelope and throw it at you, essentially. But yeah, it makes sense. USA is $9. But the full thing is like $15 or $19, which is pretty good. So you're looking at $56 US, or around $80 Canadian, $20 for each one of these things. Again, you want to really like them, but great for pocket games. If you're interested, that finishes Thursday, April 10th at 3 p.m. Okay, we're going to keep moving. Oh yeah, we're going to check this one out. It's called Unvention, a roll and write print-at-home puzzle game for 2 to 5 players, including a dedicated solo mode. Yeah, they reached out to me and they were like, hey, we're new. Please cover the game. And I was like, well, it's on crowdfunding, so I was going to do it anyway, but sure, I'll say yes and pretend that I'm doing it for you. Let's see what this print and play is all about. Because I know you guys like print and plays. Okay, I gotta actually look at it this time. So you group the dice, you use them in the journal or for getting parts. Cool. Is it a solo game? 2 to 5 players. Get your wrenches, use your ranches to use mechanisms, use your mechanisms to make inventions. Okay. Clickety clack, zippity zap, Rube Goldberg, that slap. $8 Canadian, that's like $5 US. Oh, that's nice. Have some low-budget online tools to help with it as well. Oh, that's nice. At its core, Unvention is a polyomino puzzle game where players build the polyomino shapes themselves. Cool. There are 3 core game systems, all heavily interlocked towards a single goal of creating elaborate inventions. You have the journals, the mini Sudoku puzzles, which I used to think were was called Sudoku, but apparently I was wrong all that time. I haven't thought that for a while, okay? Workshops, players gather parts here, use the wrenches to connect them together to build polyomino shape mechanisms. Then the polyomino shapes of mechanisms are used in invention patterns where players will puzzle them in for scoring with regards to each invention's unique scoring criteria. So you're going to roll 5 dice and everybody gets to create them into groups. So basically you can use the dice however you want. You don't really have to worry about putting them into groups. You just have to worry about putting them into wherever you want to use them. Grouping them, I guess, doesn't really matter. I guess you need a 2 and a 3. Maybe that's a rule. You choose groups for journaling and workshopping. Oh, okay. Dice are grouped into equals and unequals, forming 1 to 3 groups. Oh, okay. All right. There we go. So the roll of the dice determines the groups themselves, and then you select a group for journaling and another for workshopping. So it can maybe be a 2-2-1 that you would choose. Okay, all right. I like that better, a little bit better in terms of the groups resigned to using them in a certain pattern. Sudoku, I did it again. Yeah, you need to put your Sudoku. You can't have the same number. You get the wrenches when you fill up the row. Yeah, that makes sense. You use the other parts to circle spots in your grid, and then you use a wrench to connect parts. Players can spend 2 wrenches to connect parts in their workshop to build a mechanism. The mechanism consists of 2 more connected parts, can take any shape. It's determined by its workshop. Got it. Oh, so you have a number of different workshops. Okay. Invent, then you draw the shape of the mechanism in the invention pattern. Boom, boom, boom. I like this as a concept. I think that's quite fun. A little $8 print and play. The Sudoku mechanism is one that everybody should be easy with, gives you a nice little puzzle on your own, and then I like that aspect of building the shapes and moving them over to whatever mechanisms you're working on. Yeah, it looks great. So if you're interested in that, check it out. That finishes Thursday, April 10th at 6:35 p.m. A really good showing for the first time. Moving along, oh, this isn't a game, but it is you watching a game. It's Good Time on the Clocktower. So Good Time Society, just like No Rolls Barred, is producing fun, dynamic plays of Blood on the Clocktower. I really should, let me know if you want me to do some Blood on the Clocktower plays, or they just do really well on YouTube. People love it, right? I should really get on that trend. I had some plays of Avalon that I did record, and that footage no longer exists because my computer exploded. To be fair, I filmed it like 2 years ago or more. So that's on me for not releasing it. But maybe I'll do it online. It was just hard because whenever I play Avalon, everybody shouts over each other. And so getting the mics on everybody and sorting that out, because we don't play for camera. We weren't playing for camera. We were playing for the win. And so there was a lot of shouting. I don't know. Let me know if, should Ruined Board do that? Probably. The answer is probably. But if you want to see Good Time Society do that, well, you can. They've already done one. They did one as a proof of concept, and now they've raised a crap load of money to do some more. So good for them. If you want to support that and get more of those episodes, you can check them out. We are not covering Holiday Hills. Unfortunately, this was also a $1 pre-pledge, so we are not going to be covering that. They don't get any free advertising from me, but we are going to cover this one, Magneterra, which I could have sworn was also a $1 pre-pledge, but it's not on the list, so I'm going to assume it ain't. I'm a VIP. Yeah, if you are a VIP, you automatically get the monster pack. See, maybe I missed it. I had it in my head. It's not here, Magna. It's not here, but I had it in my head that it was, and they're saying VIP, so maybe we aren't going to be covering it either. You automatically get the Monster Pack mini expansion. I mean, if they didn't charge $1, if they just said sign up for a free thing, I'm fine with it. But they probably didn't because it's Launch Room. So I'm just going to assume that was a little bit of a... I'm going to check my Discord because I'm sure we talked about it. We are ever diligent in scummy people who just want to incite a false sense of FOMO in you without actually providing you value for your money. And then when you get the game, you go, dang, but I got this as a deal. Why isn't it a good game? And well, you have your answer. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not covering Magneterra. Thanks to everybody in the Discord for talking about it, because then it was still in my head, and I'm glad that I checked. And then also, we are also not talking about Aridnyk, because this one also used a $1 pre-pledge, which is just a shame. But here, the $1 reservation helps them figure out when we're ready to launch, which drastically reduces our risk and makes sure they can deliver a quality game to you. See, I thought, you don't have to fund. That's what Kickstarter is. You're raising funding to determine if there's the market or not. You can always cancel and start again. But maybe I'm old-fashioned that way. But we're not going to cover Aridnyk either. But we are going to cover Adventurous. We almost didn't because Wilt told me to do it. But I guess we'll still look at it. This is Button Shy, right? Yeah, Jason Tegmeyer. Okay. And I bet there's a bunch of other games in here. But we're going to check out Adventurous because it's the new one from Button Shy. It's raised a bunch. Sail on the high seas on a daring voyage to discover marvels in this nautical adventure for 1 to 4 players. Only $12 with a free expansion. Button Shy always has this great price if you live in the US. I don't know if that's going to tariff change or not, but I guess like a 50% tariff on a Button Shy is a little bit less. I don't know. Pocket-sized game of discovery. Cool. You're going to draw little pathways. Chart a unique path in every gami. If you enjoy strategic tile placement, clever card play, and a fun nautical theme, Adventurous is definitely worth checking out. Okay, cool. Just got that on the wire. Explore. Draw 2 map tiles and place them in your ship's path. Discover. Place a marvel by fulfilling its requirements. Okay, so you know the marvels ahead of time. Game ends when you can't play any more cards. To win, earn enough points from your journey. You heard me. Ready for more challenge? Flip your ship and sail upside down for a harder challenge in Adventurous. Players work together to embark on a successful journey. Like, there are 18 cards here, right? Button Shy is always 18 cards. So I guess there, on the back of this, there will be marvels, and then there will be pathway cards. Draw 2 map cards, then place them to extend your ship's path. Place a marvel by fulfilling its requirements. So what are its requirements? Just the symbols that it's touching, I suppose? Must not cover any fins. That's its requirement. So it has to be on the board, but it can't be covering those sort of things. You can try it right now with a print and play preview. Cool. Does this have the rules on it? I wonder. Or is it one of those things where you have to then sign up and put your credit card information and your SIN number in? I know they never ask for the SIN number. Yeah, you got to add to your cart. You got to make an account, but otherwise you can get it. Okay, yeah, so you have 1 ship card, and you have a map cards that have a marvel side or the map side. I just don't think this is for 1 to 4 players. I think it's for 1 player, you know? It's just like extending the 1 player experience. They're like, on your turn, you draw 2 cards. It's like, okay, then what do I do? And then the game's over because there's 17 cards. So I get 2 turns? All right, yeah, cool. I don't think this would be 1 to 4. I mean, it says 1 to 4. We do get a free expansion. So your free expansion does come with 5 additional cards, another ship card, which is great. And it's only $12. $12, $18 Canadian. And the shipping to the US is always decent. It's $5. And the shipping to Canada is always horrendous, which is why I've never pulled the trigger on a Button Shy game, literally ever. This one, I think, I don't know, it seems fine, you know? Oh, additional games. What are the additional games that we can get? You can check out, add additional copies of Adventurous, as well as a few other related games. They're putting their favorite ones down. Sprawlopolis and Skulls of Sedlec are the ones that people really love, so that's obviously why they're putting those in. Rove looked like the most interesting Button Shy one to me when I was looking at it. But yeah, that's why I've never taken the plunge or tried a Button Shy game. Well, I've played Skulls of Sedlec. Played Skulls of Sedlec with Todd back in Origins 2022. Shout out to Todd. I've never seen the point, but I'm not a solo gamer, right? I would rather, if I am by myself, which is, you know, frequently, but I would rather play something on Board Game Arena. I would rather play a video game. I don't often travel to a place where I would want it, but then again, I do spend some time on scrolling on my phone. So it's a nice thing. It's a nice thing to have in your pocket if you're sick of the scrolling and you want to just have a quick little game that you can play on a table while you're getting a coffee or something. I see the value for sure. If you're interested, that finishes Saturday, April 12th at 10:30 a.m. We're going to keep it moving on. I'm happy for all those $1 pre-pledges. It certainly shortens my week. We're going to take a look at this one. Maybe? Is this an RPG? Yeah, it's an RPG. We're moving on to this. Oh boy, I'm excited about this one. Keyside, a new and immersive standalone key party game from designers Richard Breeze and David Turksey. I've always been a good fan of a key party or a key flower. The key flower. I love key flower. Key flower is so good. I've also played Keeper. Keeper was good. Or Key Harvest? No, I played Key Harvest. Because there was a big old field. Yeah, I liked Key Harvest as well. I played that at Niagara with Zach and a couple people. I think Keyflower is so good. I really enjoy it. I don't play it nearly as much as I want to because I think I played it too much on Board Game Arena and I got too good to play with people who don't know the game. There's a huge sort of skill ceiling because the tiles are going to come up randomly. And so knowing the tiles that come on these like 4 ages, you really have to have some pre-planning of what you want your strategy to be, or knowing the types of tiles that it can interact and how you build out your town. And if you know the game, if you played it a bunch, you're just going to wreck a newbie player, regardless of how much information you give them, right? So maybe I should just allow myself to go back and play it on Board Game Arena since I don't play it in normal life, and that would stop my Terraforming Mars numbing craze and give me something else to numb with. Maybe. But for now, let's look at Keyside. Maybe Keyside is going to be a nice new thing. I like the Key series, so I'm excited to check it out. Oh, they got to call them Keeples now. Frickin' Hans and Gluck. Look at that scoreboard. Oh, this looks so convoluted, but in all the right ways, you know? Give me Keyside. Kickstarter exclusive is going to give you a resource storage tray. That's nice. We love that. Or you can just get Dollar Tree bins, which also work really well. £55. Oof, for the Kickstarter edition, 101 Canadian. Yikes. Yeah, that's the price. 101 and then plus shipping. All right. I'm certainly not interested in that. I think later retail, well, who knows? Again, who knows? But probably 60 or 70 is what I would be more interested in. So it takes place on a busy island. There are 12 harbors. The harbors are shuffled and they're put around the board. And then you control a team of 18 workers known as keeples who will work for your farms, harbors, markets, quarries, wheat fields, and woods. You use your 6 dice. Everybody rolls the same colored dice. And then you move about that number spaces based upon the pips on the dice. And then you disembark one of the keeples, from their little steeple and onto their heeple. Once you've played your 6 dice, you activate the harbors where your keeples are present, which looks like it's activated depending upon the number of dice that people have added into it, because people can follow with you. But if they follow, then they can move people to the harbor. Yeah, it looks great. I mean, it just looks like everything I want it to be. But I'm absolutely not considering getting it. You know what I mean? Here's your player's turn in detail. Select a boat, move the boat, place a sailor, place your die on the harbor. Other places can join you with a dice that is equal to or lower. Activate adjacent headlands. Oh yeah, because there's all these little tiles in between as well, which is cool. Or maybe they're placed. Maybe they're not placed at the start of the game. That's neat. And all the while, did I tell you, you got tracks? You got your own tracks that you're moving up on? Beautiful. Just beautiful. Canada, £16. Shipping, yeah, not beautiful. The price of shipping and fulfillment to backers will not fluctuate. Right? Getting key flour in there for £30, that's nice. That's what it should be. Where's Key Harvest? I know Key Harvest was there. Yeah, Key Harvest, that's what it was. Oh, sold out. All the Vault add-ons sold out in the first 30 minutes. Is there no rulebook here? I mean, I don't really need one. I got a good sense of the workings because I like rulebooklet. There we go. Yeah, just had to click on it. But because I like Key Flour so much, I can see the inner workings instant. It feels like a meld of Key Flour and Key Harvest. So there must be other DNA of other key games in there too. But here are the things that I'm excited about. The different scoring conditions on all the harvests that you're going to have, all the harbors that you're going to have to juggle. That's exciting. Moving and grabbing these houses that you can then upgrade on your own board. Also exciting. That's the Key Flour remnants as well, because your core element is upgrading your own personal tiles. I like these tracks. Every time you put a dice down, or you kind of get to move up on a track and you get a reward from that track. So you're constantly chaining those things together depending upon what's the most optimal play for your little meeples. That's exciting to me. Lots of variability. Oh, you don't even roll the dice. Oh, you secretly set their dice values 1 to 6. 1 dice of each number, then reveal the dice simultaneously. Even better. Even better, there's a beautiful balance there. Oh, baby, this is going to be a great game. I already know. It's going to be, again, I stand by that it'll be convoluted in all the right ways. A nice little puzzle that is way too expensive to get at crowdfunding. That's what it boils down to. But I'll keep my eyes for it in the in the secondary market for sure. Or when it's out in retail for sure. Definitely. So if you're interested in that, that finishes at Monday, April 14th at 1 a.m. I don't know if I covered enough of it, honestly. I don't know what the pig meeples do. Probably more points. Yeah, I think it's really neat. Okay, that finishes Monday, April 14th at 1 a.m. Moving along to this one, Propeller Island by Queen Games. Our good friends over at Queen Games join smart animals in building islands with gears and energy crystals, draft dice, strategize, and outbuild your competitors. Whoa, Queen Games, are you going to make something fun? That's only 45? Yeah, let's go, Queen Games. We love you. No more hate towards Queen Games. I don't know who started that. It was me. I'm the one who started it. But I don't know who started it. It was definitely me. No, you know what? It was Queen Games when they disrespected their backers so utterly that I forget. Let's look at the rules of this fun little game. Or actually, let's watch the video. No, that's Queen Games. I don't have video. But I am interested. Draft dice, strategize. I like dice drafting, so let's see. Imagine a realm where adorable and clever animals live in harmony, crafting mechanical islands with an array of whirring gears, spinning propellers, and gleaming steel. Are you imagining it? Are you imagining this realm? They're clever, those animals, and they are living in harmony. There's no war, there's no anger, there's no sadness. There's only peace in Propeller Island, a cheerful board game that invites players to become island architects, harnessing the power of energy crystals to build marvels of wonder and ingenuity. Players draft dice from a shrinking pool, use them to gain new structures, produce resources, or populate their buildings. There are a wide variety of buildings, many of which can be upgraded, allowing for countless combinations of the island, layouts, and strategic possibilities. No, it's Nicola. There you go. It says it right there. Those are cute stickers for your little worker meeples for the deluxe. So, deluxe is 62. All right. Rules. Oh, it said the English ones weren't ready for download. Oh, yeah, okay. We're here. Okay, game can end in 3 ways. Run out of buildings, run out of workers, complete 7 blueprint. Here's the game flow. You're going to roll the dice, put them on the forge spaces. So it's just a place where you can house the dice. You have some dice mitigation as well, and there won't be ever more than like 3 in a spot, which is, there you go. There's some balance. So you can claim a building adjacent to the forge space with the value of your chosen dice. So you take the 6, take that little 6 there. Discard a dice for energy, discard a tile adjacent to the forge space with the value of your chosen dice and gain 2 energy, or activate your island, allows you to move workers to your island. So if it's not that number, you have to pay crystals to change the number. So essentially, as far as I can see, you are building a tableau of your island that you can then activate with certain dice by drafting them. And so you're trying to balance the ones that you want to activate and the ones that you want to add to your island as well. Saving up these gems, because then through the manipulation of the gems, you can activate more than one thing. You can change it for that specific thing. Although, no, you couldn't change it because you couldn't change the dice. You can only activate with one dice. So you basically want to get all of one number so that you can activate it over and over and over again. I do like that you get to use whatever dice is left. Everybody gets to use that. That's fun. You're also competing for these blueprints, which essentially just give you these banners. You want to chain these banners together with factory tiles on your board. You want to connect all of these banners together, and then you'll score a chaining number of points as you go through. I don't know. It's a bit of a tricky rulebook. I like the idea of the dice drafting. I like the idea of activating different buildings. I'm skeptical of the idea that the buildings are laid out randomly, and yet you seem to have to pull a dice off that matches the number that's next to the building when the buildings are drawn out randomly. Not quite sure about that or how fun that will be. I just feel like there will be obvious first choices and then not as optimal second choices. And then if you're just first and you got lucky, you're in a better spot. So I don't know. I don't quite know about that. That's my only flag about that one. But, looks cute. And you know what? I think Queen Games is actually giving you value. Would you believe it? I think that's great. And it's Stan Kordonsky, who did Endless Winter, Resurgence, Nova Roma. Oh, yeah, okay. Each die value in the forge has 3 buildings connected to it. Choose one of those 3 tiles and add it to your island. So I should have read this first. It's clearly just a weird wording in the rulebook. This is much better. You just take a dice to take one of the tiles. Yeah, that's so much better. Oh, man, that's so much better. You can discard it for energy, because then you can use that to manipulate things, or you can activate your island. You want to get all of the same numbers still, though, for your own island. Shipping info, it's 18 to the US for now. So if you were to get this, oh wow, that's a really good deal. So you can get Propeller Island, the base game of Propeller Island, plus the upgraded components, and Kingdom Builder with no extra shipping cost to it, or for $78, or you can get Propeller Island and the deluxe components for $65. I don't know what these 30 backers are doing, but for $13 more, you just get Kingdom Builder, which is absolutely worth $13. Yeah. I don't know why everybody isn't doing that. And then Nova Roma 55. But this is absurd to me. Only 8 backers are doing this. Did they just add it? I don't know. That's the thing to do. Get Kingdom Builder for $13. Come on, get it, girl. Yeah. So if you're interested in that, check it out. The finish is Monday, April 14th at 10 a.m. Queen Games usually go into retail distribution, but in case you're worried, check it out. Next up, I had to click on this because I don't know if I've ever seen a campaign that is at $0. Like normally even the creator will throw in something. They'll get a friend to pledge one thing, but this is literally $0 from this. Clearly, I mean, I've seen that AI art style before a million times over. Oh, maybe because there's nothing. There's just nothing here. What are the comments here? There's 14 comments. Also, what's a medium supporter? Is there a large and small supporter? Things wrong with the game name image. One fisherman holding 2 parts of a rod. Main fisherman in some random wooden rowboat on the ocean. Another fisherman in a tiny little one-seater on the ocean. The other boat is a weird hybrid of the lighthouse boat thing, I guess. The tuna is giant, apparently leaping out of a cooler. This is not a board game. This game is a game that was finished and removed from the App Store due to old coding, so it's an app. You can be just a medium supporter. Game found. Yeah, apparently there's no vetting whatsoever. Or they're just like, put it up. This is it's not even a board game. It's just somebody being like, hey, I'm making an app. I swear I'm making an app. I swear. So, wow. There you go. Something new in 180. Is this episode 180? I think it is. We're moving on to this one, though, an actual game. This is 6 Sojourns. A sojourn is an enchanting land. Build houses. Oh, sojourn in an enchanting land. That makes more sense. Build houses, sail on a sea of serpents, and grow your family in this modular, expandable, quick area control game. Sure. All I know about this is that people were like, oh yeah, it's really cute. And then it's $1 million at least to get to Canada. So let's see what it's like. Little area control game. Doesn't look that great. But that video told me nothing. So let's actually look at it. Beautiful upgrades. Oh, there you go. And expansion. You got a couple maps, some cards, some towers, some metal coins for 100 US. Woof. Which is 145 Canadian, and then plus shipping is gonna be like 180 for a very simple game. No. Yeah, okay. I was saying that it looked like it was giving me 8-Minute Empire vibes in the mapping of it, and it says it's a reimagining of Red Raven's third published game, 8-Minute Empire. I could go back and be like, this give me 8-Minute Empire vibes. So we'll see. And so you'd all think I was impressive, but I know that you won't think I'm impressive, so I'm just going to leave it here, I suppose, and you're just going to have to trust me. Your goal is to grow your family and broaden their influence. Tell me about it. Players take turns selecting a card from 5 on display. Each card has actions that let players build houses, gain ships, move, and gain new family members. The cards also have special abilities, and you leave your family members behind? That's what you're doing, because you're controlling the area control. I saw the video. You're casting off your family members. You're pushing them out of your caravan. Go sojourn on your own. They call it a sojourney for a reason. Okay, Sojourny Weaver, get going. You're out of the family, and I'm getting a new family member. I'm growing my family, and I'm spitting them out here. Larger board, more cards in 8-Minute Empire. People can be moved in groups instead of one at a time, allowing for more dynamic play. And more families. No, you solo. Go off. Set forth. 8-Minute Empire is just fine, FYI. It is middling at best. This looks not exciting whatsoever to me. Creature Caravan. That's the one you should get. That was fun. Read the rulebook here. Okay, I think I got it. You have a limited amount of actions. You have a small amount of actions, a small action pool. You will spit your family members out all over the world. You want to put them on places where they have symbols and then match those symbols on your cards, because then you'll get a bunch of points. You'll also probably want to connect them in certain ways. Yeah, all players have had 9 turns. You select 1 card to keep. Once you have 9 cards, the game's over. You must purchase a card from the row. They're going to have varying amounts of cost. You're going to gain people, you're going to build houses, you're going to build boats, and you're going to move. You create boats so that you can move people from island to island. So I guess you're going to get to place towers throughout it, but it says at the end of your 9th turn, you can place all the towers you have. You can place a tower in any space you control, and it locks in your control for the rest of the game. So if you go first, then you get to just spew out all of your towers at the end, being like, nope, I control it. And the other people will be like, well, I went second. That seems not right. It's not right. Each space you control is worth 1 point. If you control more spaces on an island, you gain a point. If you have trade tokens on your... Oh, right, if it's on your cards, and if you're controlling a location that has the token, right, that's how it works. You get additional points, right? If we go enhance. See, you need to have... If you have 5 of them, you get 4 points. Or if you have 4 of them, you get 5 points. If you have 7 of them, you get 9 points, right? Of the pots. And it just kind of goes down. And then some cards have victory point objectives as well. Really, really middling. I don't know. How well is this doing? Because for $100, I don't. Like, why are you doing that? 8-Minute Empire was like a $30 game, right? And I get that you're getting a couple new maps. I get that there are some different cards. I get that there's a slight variation, but it's a short game. Like, it's a filler game. Why are you spending $100 plus shipping on a filler game? Like, what are you doing? Have you looked into this at all? Or were you just like, oh, I really like Ryan Lockett. I love the art. And I backed it. Like, that's how I feel people must have backed this game. It is just fine. Like, it's not a bad game. but it is just fine. Like, I don't want to play it. The changes, give me a huge heaping bowl of who cares, really. And I will eat that all day while we play the game, because I won't care. Shipping estimates Canada, $20 US, 15 for the core. Is that just okay, so what's the core then? Core is 40. All right, that's a lot better. That's a lot better, but still it's 60 and then it's like $80. Right. I always should take what my patrons say with a grain of salt. They're like, it would cost me $180 just to get anything. I'm like, well, anything means the deluxe all in, then yeah, anything. Okay, that's what that generally means. And I forget sometimes. I forget the absolute degenerates that populate the Room and Board Discord. It is not a safe place for your buying habits. And I know that it should be, and it really isn't. And I'm not pitching it very well, but I appreciate you being there. I like hanging out with you, but it's a hopeless cause. Sometimes you just gotta get it out of your system, I feel. Anyway, even for $40, I wouldn't recommend this. 40 and then plus 10 shipping, 50. I wouldn't. Like, maybe if it was 30 or 20. I don't know. I just didn't think it was that good. Creature Caravan for 40 is a way, 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 way better deal, way better game to get. The fact that they're selling Creature Caravan and this for the same price is absolutely bananas to me. Creature Caravan is way, way better. And even Rome, I saw Rome being played. That looks better too. This is just a mountain of mediocrity, I'm sorry to say. Creature Caravan, great game. Really had fun with it. Great one. 6 Sojourns, so long. That finishes on the 14th at 4 p.m. That's Monday. We're not covering this. Get fired! Well, you know what? Because it's been a while, we've got ourselves another funny card game. Oh yeah, baby. 2 backers. It's doing better than Tuna Wars. Oh my god. It's a one-on-one conversation. Maybe it's not so funny. Prenup? Talking about finances together is such a vulnerable but intimate thing. What is your motivation to do better financially? It's the card game for couples to openly discuss finances. Here's some finances for you. Don't spend your money on this to discuss your finances. Talk about your finances and how you spend too much money on board games. Cut that out of your life and you'll be safe. Okay, we're moving on to League of Dungeoneers, the acrylic standees. This set of acrylic standees will provide you with almost everything you'll ever need when it comes to standees. Oh, cool. Regardless what fantasy game you're playing. Printed on clear acrylic, these standees are a quality level of their own, with different art on the front and the back. With truly vibrant colors, they're a true sight to behold. Not only will this supply you with all you need for Leagues of Dungeoneers, but there will be add-ons for even more of these wonderful standees. Look at that sweet little troll. It has a front and a back. It's fantastic. Oh, baby. So you can get 11 sheets, a whopping 651 standees. Wow. So if you're in the market for some acrylic standees of any level of things, League of Dungeoneers is a big old dungeon crawler RPG. It's a generic fantasy setting in that they have everything. Apparently, all of these tropes and standees. You get your Ents, you get your bog goblins. You know, the standard bog goblin trope. The base set contains 650 standees for $160 Canadian, $99. I mean, that feels almost pretty reasonable, you know? The advanced bestiary standees will give you about 150 standees. Can you buy League of Dungeoneers here? No, it's just a supplement. Cool. I mean, like, power to them for not selling League of Dungeoneers again here. I was expecting that they would. I'm not sure why they're not, but they're just selling the standees if you wanted it. And as somebody who has made Zach paint so many minis that he will no longer paint them for me, well, I get it. Standees are great. And you can have some nice quality ones. You won't have to invest in anything else. Sure. And they're the people who did League of Dungeoneers before. Von Braus Publishing. AB. Yeah, they did. So you know that they delivered on that. And they're taking this project under the wing. So if you're interested in that, go ahead. It's over on GameFound. You can check it out. The finish is on the 15th. That's next Tuesday at 7 a.m. Only a couple more to go. Next up, we have Spark Riders 3000 Galactic Modules. Galactic Modules is a Spark Riders 3000 expansion featuring 2 new riders, 6 ship rooms, 1 new turret, new items, and 3 amazing missions. Yeah. Okay. I'll get to it in a second, but I just thought it was very fun. Get back here. I thought it was very funny. The engineer in this video, there's like, oh, there's a hull breach. The engineer's like, I'm going to repair the deck, and then pulls out some dice and throws it on the ground. And I just pictured a real engineer doing that in a spaceship situation. Just been like, let's see what happens. And they really thought that they were playing a board game, and they were sucked into a real life game, a real life situation. And they do not know how to repair. They lied on their resume. The only experience they had was checking this dice. And then also, I do like that they checked the dice, and then the computer AI was like, nice try, Alex, but not enough. It's like, oh, if only you'd thrown the dice break in a little different way. Anyway, I just thought that was funny. You had to be there. You were there. Look at it. Here, take another wrench. Actually fix it. Oh, I remember this game. Now this is coming back to me. I covered this once upon a time. Yeah, I like that parts of the ship can fall away. That's what I remember being fun. Little co-op game. Right, because there's an AI that tells you where the aliens are attacking and kind of automates that for you. Right, it's essentially a big old tower defense game, and they're adding more content to it. So I covered this a little bit before. The all-in pledge, ugh, yuck. No thank you. Let's see what the actual pledges are. Galactic pledge, so when you get the additional modules, it's €40. That seems, I guess, reasonable. If you want everything fancy, €71. Yuck. If you want the core game and the expansion, $125. Let's see, is the core game just an add-on? It's not. So if you want to get it together, that's the combo. It's like $200 Canadian. Like this seems, it seems like a fine game. It seems like something if somebody owned, I'd be like, yeah, okay, sure. Let's roll some dice. But there's nothing about this that like makes me want to take my clothes off and cover myself in oil and jump into a pile of feathers and then run screaming through the street, you know? And that's not the way with Keyside or any key party, like I've been saying. If anyone would invite me, I keep checking my mailbox. People keep telling me that it must be lost in the mail. I can only check so many times a day because I get tired going up and down the stairs. On a budget. Interested in getting Spark Rider, but you're on a budget. The rider is ready to order right now for €45. Get a core game with a standee version, access to full content of the app, delivery within 5 weeks. Yes! Thank you, Arcata Studios. Boom, €45. That's what you want. So that would be like $60. 60, 70, sure. Like if you're excited about it, check it out. That would be fine for a $60 or $70 game. It still feels like not something that I'm particularly interested in. What'd they end up giving it? 9. 9, just a fun little dice checker or whatever. And then shipping is 18 to France, 33 to the US, yeah. Canada, 27. Cheaper to Canada now. Oh boy, we love it. We love to see it. But again, it's not a $100 game. It just isn't. It seems fine. Don't settle for fine. If you are actively like over the moon excited about it, let me know why. But don't settle for fine. That finishes on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Moving along to ZeroDay.exe, a deck-building dungeon crawler board game. Reclaim the city of Shijima in ZeroDay, a cooperative roguelike deck-building dungeon crawler. Now, I was worried about this one because I was like, I've heard about this one too, but there's positive stuff to hear about for this one, which is great because somebody in my Discord said that they backed their prior project, Davy Jones' Locker, and it's one of my favorite games. It's been a hit with everybody they've played, and it's great component quality. Obviously, no guarantee that the next project will be as good, but I can say my experience with the small creator has been positive so far, and I haven't seen their stuff at retail. So a huge shout out goes to ZeroDay.exe for delivering on a great game previously, and hopefully this game is also great. So let's check it out. I like deck building. I don't know how I feel about roguelite or roguelike, but I do like deck building. Deck building, dungeon crawler, that sounds fun. Oh, deterministic fighting. No dice, no card flipping. Great, something's happening outside your turn too to keep you engaged. You get to scavenge parts, which will upgrade you over the course of time. Match program patterns to load more hacks for powerful combos. Highly cooperative. Every card can be used on your turn, saved to be used outside your turn to assist allies with defense, or in damage, or even control enemy movement. I really like that. No guarantee of a retail release? Yeah, there won't be. Okay, so each round is played in these: upgrade phase, initiative phase, turn phase. Upgrade, draw 3 hacks and choose 1 to keep. This is how you build your decks every game. So you have that automatic deck building that I've seen recently in something, and it got me excited. It also gets me excited here. Surya? I think it was that you just get to keep upgrading your deck. Oh yeah, but Surya had their own deck for each faction. That was use parts you do scavenge to upgrade yourself. Cool. Yeah, I do really like that. You just get that hit of dopamine. And I imagine the roguelite part of it is just, hey, we're going to unlock more complicated cards as you go through. You have to play a card from your hand, burning it for initiative. Then you have the turn phase. Use skills, 2 actions, and play hacks. Draw back up to 4 cards. Okay, there's a little bit of this chaining of symbols together. Doesn't look that overwhelming. Each hack has a flux ability on the bottom, so multi-use cards, which I really like. Campaign mode, sure. Let's read the rules. Yeah, let's read the rules. What do we got? 36. Okay. So there's a number of different operations. I wonder, is that in here? No, those are rules. And then there's the options for the campaign mode, but it certainly doesn't seem like the campaign mode you need to worry that much about it. Yeah, so a little bit it revolves around these 3 tiles. So you're going to have to flip over if you want to maximize your turn. In that little mini game section, you also will have to keep the right tile face up to use your flexibility, so to use it on your ally's turn. But otherwise, the stuff that you can do is basically driven by your cards. So I think the things to consider here, if you think this system will get you excited of flipping your colors up and back and forth, that seems like a bit too much pre-planning for me. I think I would probably just happen into it, which I think would be fine. I don't quite see the excitement and the fun of that, but I do see the excitement and fun of leveling up your character over the course of the game. That does seem cool. I do see the excitement and fun of being able to use your turns to support your allies, which is fun. Zach and I played Aeon's End the other day, and I was just a super support deck, and it felt great. I was like, great, I can put that on the top of your deck. Oh, you want this? I'll put it on the top of your deck, so we didn't have to wait for it to cycle through our decks. It felt awesome. So being able to help other people always feels good. No enemy movement examples, but we're going to assume that they're pretty easy. 2 types of damage, cyber or physical. You compare that to the matching defense, so you have a little bit of a strategy in that aspect of, hey, I've got magic damage, cyber damage. Yeah, some of these pages aren't loading for me, but I got the gist of it, mostly. And then the stuff at the bottom is just the solo mode and the campaign mode as well. It's tough. It's always tough to analyze when you haven't seen the card composition. How much are you? Oof. All in is 127. No, that's a feature. Let's look at what the actual thing is. Base pledge is 87, so still pretty expensive. MSRP is 125. You're going to get a bunch of standees with this. 124 Canadian, then plus shipping. Oh, there's a 2-character expansion. Is that what you're getting the all-in? Yeah. So for $40 for 2 more characters, I don't think I would want to do that. Oh yeah, because they've absorbed the 20% tariff, and it'll probably get raised. And they're like, listen, if additional tariffs are put into place, which they have been, because it's 54 now, they won't raise the prices shown in the campaign. Well, they're going to have to. So shipping is going to be 26 to US, 30 to Canada. That makes sense. It'll be a big old box. I don't know. Anyway, if you're looking at this, I think the base pledge is the way to go, not the all-in. But what do I know? It's 271 to 47 of people who don't agree with me. I think this looks cool. I think it looks cool enough. I do like the 7 double-sided operation boards, right? It gives you these layouts of these maps, these scenarios that are going to be plopped out there that you can shuffle up the components. I think the speed at which you are going to gain and level and tech yourself up feels fun, which is also why I think that as a campaign game, I wouldn't be excited about it. I would probably just be excited to keep playing these as one-offs, because I don't think you'd really need to worry about that extra boost that you get from saving 1 or 2 cards in your deck. You know what I mean? Just separate it out, play it as a scenario-based game. I think you'd be very happy. Yeah, it looks cool. Definitely looks cool. The company has a stamp of approval from my patrons, so it has the stamp of approval from me for sure, because I trust them implicitly. It's a bit expensive, but also it's a small company, and they had to raise their prices. So you wanted it cheaper, should have voted in a different way. That finishes Tuesday, April 15th at 11 a.m. And finally, we have this, Fear of the Dark, Face Your Primal Fear. The new Primal expansion. Just kidding, no it's not. Are you afraid of the dark? It heard my Goosebumps reference the other day, and it said, I'll raise you and are you afraid of the dark? Even though you know you are alone, there's something unsettling about the enveloping darkness. Fear of the Dark is a single-player board game where you find yourself alone with only matches in your pocket to help you find your way out. Sure, I don't have much faith in this one, but there we go. It's a tile placement, push-your-luck single-player board game that explores our most basic fear. Can you find your way out? I know some other tile placement find-your-way-out games that I bet this is better than. There's the cardboard edition, €23. Yeah, Print and play edition, $4 Canadian. Whoa, €250, even better than anything else. And then we have the wooden edition, wood box edition, €26. Not that much of an uptick. There's a €3 uptick. Is it just the box? The wooden box is manufactured. Yeah, there's not wood components. It's just a wooden box for an additional €3. How do you play Fear of the Dark? It doesn't play in rounds or turns. Time is subjective and is measured in actions or decisions done while you have the meager light of your match, or done in complete darkness. Remember, it's a solo game. Start the game with several matches. You're faced with the first decision. Light a match or don't. Please do. In the light of the match, you see a room. You decide your plan of action. Pick a number of mind cards. The mind cards also allow the following while there's light. You get to move, scout, investigate, clear the way, jump, tiptoe, light a match. When you run out of matches, your actions are limited to move, grab, clear the way, light a match. Used in the dark, each card is a wild card. Your goal is to exit the maze. I mean, sure, you have a limited amount of matches, and then you're playing random cards and seeing what happens. Certainly better than another tile exploration game that I know of that we all know and love to hate, the Night Cage. So get this one. It's Fear of the Dark, and you can at least you will have a game that is only one player, so you can't subject it to anyone else. That finishes also on Tuesday at 2:01 p.m. That's it. That's it for the week. Now, every week I do a pick for me and a pick for you, the pick for me being the thing that I am personally the most interested and excited about, and the pick for you being the thing that I think if you got, you would regret the least, which I may have to amend that description or that definition because I think you'd regret of getting board games nowadays, but we'll see. But before we do that, I'm going to remind myself what came before with a little crowdfunding grunt down. Tori. No. Yeah, but like, play it on BGA instead. Yeah? Absolutely not. Yeah. Yeah. Up to you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Sure. Oh, baby. Just perfect. Yeah, perfect. Perfect game. No. Straight up no. No. And nah. We had a good spell there. We had some really nice yeses, which don't often happen in these here parts. I think you know what's coming for the pick for me. It hasn't changed. It's going to be Keyside for me. This really got my gears going. It got my keys a tingling, and I'm ready for the seaside. It definitely looks great, but again, absolutely not something that I would ever consider getting on Kickstarter or crowdfunding. Just remember down the line that it looks cool. And I'm going with pick for you being Chronicles of Civilization. I'm going for that over Formaggio because, again, I stand by what I said. I think it's probably okay. I don't think it's going to blow anybody away. I think it's a solid good, and I'm not going with the solid good. I'm going with this, which looks innovative and exciting, and it's only €3 in terms of print and play. Sorry to Unvention, but this is just a dominant print and play to go up against this week, and it looks really cool. So if you like Hadrian's Wall and you wanted an involved civilization exploration style print and play game, I think check this one out. I think you'll enjoy it more than Formaggio. For sure. Yeah, a couple good things, a couple decent things there, but those are the picks for the week. That's it. That's all for the episode. Let me know how you doing. How you doing? You doing okay? Are you doing all right? It's tough, isn't it? Life's a bit tough in many, many ways. I'm here for you, and I appreciate you, and I hope that you're having a good day, and that if life is tough, it gets a little bit better tomorrow. Maybe it won't. Maybe it will. Who knows? But at least we're here together. And we got some board games to play. So thanks so much for being here. My name's Chris George. I don't have a catchphrase. Maybe one of these days I'll get one. You never know. You never know.